Spencer Pratt, who's running for mayor of Los Angeles.
Who's doing a great job.
Those ads are
unbelievable.
fire.
They're fire.
They're so good.
They're fire.
I mean, he's doing it all out of a trailer on his burnt out land. I mean, he's the most righteous guy running in that regard.
He is saying that non-citizens, should they be allowed to vote in local elections? Is this a yes or no, Mr. Pratt?
No.
Mayor Bass?
It depends. It's not a yes or no.
Depends on what?
Well, first of all, when you say non-citizens, it doesn't mean they're here illegal. It doesn't mean they're undocumented. They could have green cards. They could be here perfectly legal. And there's a lot of states and cities that do that.
Yes, before the debate, James Wood posted this. Spencer Pratt is surprisingly effective, direct, polite, and prepared in tonight's debate. The other two have history as their enemy because everything they have done has been a catastrophe. He can absolutely win this thing, and this is exactly what we saw. He was on point. If you take a look at what Karimba has done, if you want to criticize her, in fact, you will see a lot of loopholes. You saw what she did with the fire, mismanaged everything. At some point, people started calling that she should resign. She refused. I saw people like Kamala Harris now campaigning for her.
Really color your view of what needs to happen at this point, and how does that help others moving forward?
Yes, thank you for the question. To the Mayor Karen Bass's 1,000 firefighters that were available, but there was no engines for them because of the $17 million that Chief Crowley had asked the mayor for 9 weeks before, and Mayor Karen Bass denied it. So they may have been available, but they didn't have the equipment they needed. Not to mention Janice Quinones, who Mayor Karen Bass put into her position of power at the LADWP. She drained both of these reservoirs that these firefighters needed to put out these fires. A lot of people will talk about climate change and hurricane force winds. The winds in the Pacific Palisades never reached higher than 40 miles per hour. For those first 6 hours, they didn't go above 27 miles per hour. So without those two reservoirs filled with 117 million gallons and 5 million gallons, these firefighters had to fly all the way to Malibu and Encino to get water. So that to me is the most dangerous thing that the mayor put us up against.
Mr. Pratt, a follow-up here, though. What would you do moving forward that would make this better 2 years from now if we face the same situation?
Well, first off, as mayor, I will never drain the reservoirs that we need for wildfire protection. There's this conspiracy now that they're empty, that they were for drinking water. But if you research it, they were actually made for wildfire protection. As mayor, I'm going to add 20 dip sites all around the communities connecting to pools. So God forbid the water system goes down again. These dip sites that will be connected to individuals' pools will fill up for the helicopters to have water.
Mayor Bass, do you have a response to that?
Yeah, absolutely. He's saying several things that are completely inaccurate. First of all, there was one reservoir that was out of commission. He is correct. 1 million years ago, it was for wildfires, but over the last 30, 40 years, it's been for drinking water. He talked about the winds. That is just completely inaccurate. If that were accurate, then the planes would have been able to fly. And so the winds reached close to 100 miles an hour and the planes were unable to fly. So if there were reservoirs, if that reservoir had been open, it would not have worked. We had two other reservoirs totaling 8 billion gallons that were available. But could not fly.
Yes, she mentioned me. So she's an incredible liar. Everyone on their phones, Google it. 40 weather stations in the Pacific Palisades. It never went above 40 miles per hour. She is referencing the Altadena fire.
They start calling you, oh, that is not correct. That is, you're a liar. Things like that. What Karen is struggling to say here, if you do a simple Google search, you can clearly see here that she is lying. There is nothing truthful on what she's saying here. A simple fact check. You can Google search that. At some point, these people cannot accept their fault. She knows she is wrong. We saw what happened, and this man understands exactly how to go about this. If people are still following Karen Bass, thinking she will still come and do something, she will still continue the way she has been. I understand Democrat will always be Democrat.
This is a yes or no question and answer. So there's an LA council member. He wants voters to decide. He is saying that non-citizens, should they be allowed to vote in local elections? Is this a yes or no, Mr. Pratt?
No.
Mayor Bass?
It depends. It's not a yes or no.
Depends on what?
Well, first of all, when you say non-citizens, it doesn't mean they're here illegal. It doesn't mean they're undocumented. They could have green cards. They could be here perfectly legal. And there's a lot of states and cities that do that on very, very local elections. We have to see what the councilman is proposing.
Councilmember Bremen?
Yeah, I would say, again, it does depend. In other places, school boards have
It was a yes or no
non-citizens,
question.
Yes or no?
non-citizens who vote
Mr. Pratt, I have a question for
who are
you. You
residents who
told
vote for
NBC
these.
News. This is
She's going to get stabbed in the neck. These people do not want a bumper meth. These ideas cost us over $400 million to house for 70, what did you say? 3,000 people for $400 million. This is absolute failure for both of them. They're a team.
You know, let's keep politics aside. If you look at these three people, who do you think can do a great job? Forget about your party affiliations. Who do you think can do a great job? You know, at some point, people need to vote with their conscience. They need to see who is actually really qualified. Karim Bass has shown her real colors, and people should know that by now. Looking at these people, it is very clear to me that Spencer is ready for the job. He has seen the failures. He believes he can correct them. And they should give him a chance without even thinking about he's a Republican, he's this. Because I've seen a lot of people always take wrong decisions based on this idea of party affiliations. They will see a good person that can do the great job. They will not take that person simply because he is not in the...
Question: do you support the ordinance that restricts encampments in front of schools or daycare centers? Mayor Bass, I'm going to start with you. Yes, or no? Ms. Rahman, yes or no?
I support keeping our streets safe. I did vote against the structure of this particular ordinance. And it is because at its best,
It's a yes or no.
It does not, the way this ordinance was structured,
It's
it
no.
Yes or no?
does not
Yes or
keep,
no?
it
We'll
does
take
not
that
keep
as a
our
no.
children safe. It
Say
does
no.
not keep our
Pratt.
children safe. No,
Mr.
it
Pratt.
doesn't keep our children safe enough.
It's a simple yes or no question. Mr. Pratt.
What I was saying is she's fighting because she doesn't think there's a difference between 1 foot or 500 feet for kids' safety.
There is nothing you can tell me. Spencer won. Yeah, he won. Even if you are a Democrat, you really can't lie about this. Look at these two. They can't actually even respond to questions the way they're supposed to. I think I'm going to end here. I don't want to make the video long. As of the short clips you see at the end, that is for the white algorithm. They highly recommend videos on this channel. So we usually put, maybe they can. And please, heap up the videos. God bless you abundantly.
I think they really are underestimating how angry everybody is, because there's people that I talk to that used to be just hardcore Democrats, hardcore leftist progressives that are really saying, like, in hushed tones, we really need a Republican. We really need like some no-nonsense Rudy Giuliani person. I hate to say that. I hate to say it, but that's what we need. We need someone who's going to be really tough on crime.
Believe that he is unable to laugh at him.
Inside, they started out.
It'll be fun.
More access to the leader of the free world.
This week, which was the state of Virginia, they gerrymandered the state. And I hate to sound like a 5-year-old, but Trump started it.
The win in yesterday's redistricting.
It's going to lose their congressional representation. How do you think?
Minutes until the First Lady brought them back with her surprise statement last week.
How does this benefit?
I'm an actor.
Creative content.
Why are you not looking forward to the White House fight?
Well, it's kind of a gimmick.
I have 300.
Well, I said Democratic Socialist.
I know, but the